What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today there's a few things I want to get done in the garage, but I'm going to start off with working on the C3. I haven't touched it since the last video, so I want to go ahead and pull off the alternator and see if I can't find a new one, get that replaced. And what the carb was doing, so this supposedly, my neighbor Mike, he put this on. It was new, but it was sitting for a while. So what it was doing is it was, after you turn off the car, it was still putting fuel out, like if it was just filling up the bowl. Honestly, don't know too much about carburetors, but when I was at Mike's shop the other day, he had one that he pulled apart, and he was showing me how you could adjust this right here, and it adjusts the float. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try, and first I'm just gonna take this all the way out and see if the little pin is sticking, clean that up, put it back in, and adjust the float to where it needs to be. And hopefully, I think that issue would be over with. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the alternator off first, and then we'll get to the carburetor.
Look at all the stuff that came out of it. I had it upside down. I was shaking it, and all these like little pebbles or something. But alternator is out. I'm going to take it with me to see if I can match it up with a new one. I'm gonna start with Napa, see if they have it. They usually have a lot of older stuff there, so we'll try that. If not, we'll just see if we can go find it.
I also been driving the STI around a lot. I think I got like 400 miles on it already. Got the AC charged up, so I've just been dailying her around. All right, so here's the new alternator. We kind of lined it up over there at the parts store. The mounting points are the same, but the only thing that are different are where like the power wire and the ground go. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think the wires will reach, and the plugs are also the same. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy on there. So the alternator is in. It is sitting in a different location. It was kind of up here before, but I don't see it being a problem. There's nothing hitting anywhere. The wires did all reach, so I think she's good to go. I've been charging up the battery for a while now, so I'm gonna get the battery back in the car. I'm gonna go ahead and start her up, and then we'll start messing with the carburetor. I just wanna crank her over and see if that alternator light still comes on. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the car out, that way I can just have her running outside, because it is building up inside here. The alternator seems to be working. The light's not turning on, so that's some good news there. I'm gonna go ahead and start messing with the carburetor. So from what I learned is this screw right here backs out, and this is where you want the fuel level to be at. So basically with the pump running, being mechanical or electric, you know, you have to have the car on, or if it's electric, you can just have the key on. But you want it to just trickle out of there, and once it's trickling out of there, you're adjusting it from here. So if you're not getting enough, then you want to, you know, back up on this. If you're getting too much, you want to go down on it. That way the float stops it from overflowing through here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy out, and then I'm going to go ahead and see where it needs to be, and we'll get it all figured out. Oh, that was pouring out. Yeah, look at all that fuel that came out of there. So that already tells me that it's way too high right now. It's just letting the floats, not stopping it because it's set too high, so it's just overflowing everything.
Turning this up until I start seeing it trickle from there, and then I know that it's where it needs to be. All right, so that side's done. I don't know, it was kind of hard to see, but I adjusted this until I started seeing it trickle from there, and then I just put the cap on. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. This side was already good. When I took that screw out, it was exactly where it needed to be, so I think the problem was on this side. And I did notice that when I first took that screw out, fuel was gushing out of there, so that just tells me that the pin was just not where it needed to be. It was giving it way too much fuel. When I put it back in, because I did take this all the way out just to check the needle, and it was fine. When I put it back in, I just set it all the way down. And that's why when I opened it up the second time, there was nothing coming out of it, and then I just adjusted it up from there. So the car seems to be running fine right now. I'm gonna go take it on a cruise. I'm gonna go to Mike's shop so he can check it out, and hopefully everything works out on the road. I'm not gonna bring a jump box because mine is not charged, so I'm just kind of going with the flow, man. She should be good, but you never know. We always go for an adventure when we least expect it. Well, we didn't make it too far, and she started overheating, so I went ahead and turned around. I'm just gonna let her cool off right now. I want to pull off the radiator cap once it's cooled off and check the levels of everything and try to figure out why she's overheating. So let's let her cool down for a little bit because she's not happy right now. What's up, guys? So right now I'm in the C3. I'm on the way to Mike's shop. I wanted him to look at a couple things, but right now the temperature is sitting at like 210. So it's a lot better because it was going all the way up to 240 for some reason. The only thing that I changed is I flushed the whole system out, and I also took out the thermostat just to see if that was what was causing it. Maybe it wasn't opening up. So I mean, it's doing a lot better, so that's telling me that maybe the thermostat was bad. I do want to put another one in there. That was just kind of something I could do to see if anything changed, so that's what I did first. But it seems fine. I know it's still too hot, but at least we have some type of change. I'll see what Mike thinks. I know that it's getting flow because when I have the radiator cap off and the motor's running, you can see it you can see it circulating pretty good. Yeah, so I'm on the way there. I'll see you guys soon. It's so nice out right now.
With a block testing fluid. Bunch of little.
So we been warming up the engine. We got the radiator cap off right now. Mike has this little block tester. So we're about to see if the head gaskets are still good.
Yep. It's gonna read combustion in the cooling system. So liquid is blue. If it turns yellow, that means it's sensing combustion.
Okay. So we don't want it to turn yellow.
We do not want yellow.
We just want it to be blue. Let's go this side.
You gotta wait till it gets a little warm though. You need the steam coming out. But it's that steam and stuff that's gonna come out of it. It's gonna go up through here. And deep down inside is some little like copper weird thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but it has something to do with the whole mechanism of working.
Gotcha.
And you don't want the liquid in it. You can't get the coolant in here, so don't want to do this when it's really hot. burn yourself. Let me get that out. Let's get a rag.
So right now I'm on the way to drop off the C3 to get the top redone. This guy James is gonna do it. He also has a friend that he's been in the C3 Corvettes for a really long time, and I was telling him about the car overheating. I couldn't figure out why. I put a new thermostat. It seems like it's getting a lot of flow through the radiator. I have an electric fan and a fan on the motor, so I asked him about it, and he told me that this guy is going to check it out while he's doing the top on the car to see if he can figure it out. So hopefully he figures that out. But I'm almost to his house right now, so I'm going to drop it off, and when I pick it up, I'll have a new top, and hopefully she's not overheating. So I picked up the car last night from James's house. He finished the top on it, and I think it came out great. This is the first time I've seen the top up, actually, because the other one was so shrunken up that it wouldn't even latch. But yeah, man, looks good. What do you guys think?
Looks nice.
Looks like a different car, right, with the top up. But yeah, I mean,
Brushing her up a little bit, and then she's.
yeah, I think I'm gonna put it up for sale the way it is. It does need a paint job, but I think that I can get good money the way it is. And while I'm doing more work to the car, if I get a couple more things done to it, I'll just put it up for more money. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put it up and see what happens. I did also get another thermostat for it. I got a 160, so they didn't get a chance to look at the overheating issue, but they told me to get a 160 thermostat and then drill 2 holes in it like this, because these cars are known for air pockets. Like, it's really hard to get them out. So he said if I just do this to it, they all do it, all the Corvette guys do it, I guess, and it solves that issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this out, and we should be good to go there. And I also put the original fan back in it, because my neighbor called me and he told me I didn't know this fan was on it. He told me that he put another fan, which was a smaller fan, which is not getting as much flow as this fan would. So he just told me to put it back on just in case, because it never had an overheating issue. So it could be these 2 little things. I don't think it's a big deal. It's not like it's getting super hot, but it's just getting a little more hot than I want it to. And she should be ready to go. She's a good little cruiser. I've put some miles on it. It still needs, small things, but mainly cosmetics. The engine's good, the transmission's great, and she'll be a good little cruiser. Well, I just got her back from the car wash, and she still seems to be doing the same thing. It's getting around the same temperatures, so I feel like nothing changed by doing that. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with the cooling system. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I just got to start basically replacing some things, maybe replace the water pump. I know that's not too expensive, and then it wouldn't be a bad idea to get another radiator, because this looks like still like the old style radiator. And then the fans I think are fine. Yeah, like I said, we'll figure it out. But this is going to be it for this video, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I know I haven't put a video out in a while. I just basically been just working on between the Subaru and the Corvette, and doing some other stuff that I just didn't film. But if you guys saw in the background, you saw what I had in the garage, so you guys already know some videos are going to come up on that. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.